So let's get this started off. First, there's no new information in this video. I'm not claiming. I'm claiming things, but there are no facts. This is all purely my opinion. I want to get that out front. So if you want to leave the video now, leave the video now. If you want to hear what I have to say about it, you can hear what I have to say about it. But I just want to get that out front. There's no facts in this. This is straight my opinion, and it's just what I think. But again, the topic: are Mr. Beast videos good? And I think it's a resounding no. They're not good. I think they're palatable. They're going to be watched by a large number of people, not because they're necessarily good, but they don't really fall into like a certain niche category. Uh, but focus. It's just they're trying to cover as wide of an audience as possible, and you can see that in things like the different languages that Mr. Beast does. How he has all of his videos dubbed in different languages to try to get the number of people uh, watching it higher chance, like that even people from other countries will watch the video. And I think the problem with Mr. Beast videos at their core is they lack a lot of creativity. There's not a whole lot of ingenuity in Mr. Beast videos. Even back when he started the channel, it was mostly just how long can he do this kind of mundane task as long as he could. And then I think the second kind of phase was we're gonna do last to leave, and I mean that's very popular throughout his things. I feel like the swimming pool one. I think didn't he do like a bowl of cereal? That was like the second phase. It was like they try not to leave, so it might last to leave, keeps this, blah 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 blah, so on and so forth. And he then moved into these kind of not a well up to now, he's been using these like $1 versus $1 million island or whatever, and he just keeps recycling them with a different subject. And I think those easily you can tell, there's not a lot of creativity going into there. But even like the things that he has that seem like a very Mr. Beast thing, they're like even like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory video. He's saying, what if Charlie and Chocolate Factory was in real life? The Squid Game video, what if the Squid Game was in real life? And even like things up to today, like the 50 YouTuber Last to Leave, again, a Last to Leave wins, but Last to Leave the Cube, he was reusing the cookie cutter, which he's done for multiple videos, even like the obstacle course video he was doing with that one guy. He reused the Steal or No Steal with Howie Mandel because people liked it. I think, and I don't think that's a real problem, but I think you have to acknowledge that it raises a question to how good these videos are, and I don't think that they're that good. For the most part, they're very palatable, like I said at the start, and I think that calls a question: what do we really want out of Mr. Beast videos? And I feel like it's more of, it's not we're reviewing, like watching the video to see because we're interested, but we want to know what he did, if that makes sense. Like for a standard YouTube video, you watch it because that person has formed something that is interesting to you. It might not be interesting to other people with different interests, or maybe you just like that YouTuber and you think he has some personality. And I think that's something that's really kind of lackluster in Mr. Beast videos. He kind of, I wouldn't say that Jimmy Beast Donaldson is the most charismatic person on the internet. Even when you see him give away the money, he kind of acts very like hesitant, like he doesn't really know what to do, and he's kind of like anxious at those points, and he has to fill up like his cast with like not annoying, but like very loud and like they're basically the comic reliefs of the real world, like Nolan and Carl Jacobs and things like that. And even back to those older videos, is like Chandler just being Chandler, like the meme that uh, don't crash the jet ski, and then it'd just be like a video of a jet ski crashing. I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. It was like 2020, 2019 Mr. Beast, where Chandler was just failing and failing and had to win a challenge, kind of thing. But I think that's the thing that doesn't get acknowledged enough, is that there's not really a, like, Mr. Beast, there's nothing that he's really contributing to the videos. It's a lot of time it's just he's like a figurehead. He's more of a it's more of a category. Mr. Beast videos are more of a category than a person, because even in like the AI, I feel like his AI thumbnails are kind of crazy sometimes, because they just like they're like they look like Jimmy Beast Donaldson, but a lot of times they're kind of, there's something off because they're AI generated, and it kind of weird. It kind of looks weird, and I think that because he doesn't like have this personality or skill set, like Mr. Beast doesn't really have any skill. He's not very charismatic or like personality that drives him to YouTube. He's kind of just built step by step to the point where he's at. So he starts at things that require very little money, like the counting to 1,000,000 or 1,000,000,000 or whatever he counted to, and then the last to leave, the Orbeez, and step by step, and then until he's giving out millions of dollars, not because he has this like great personality or just fabulous ideas. He's just kind of been able to claw and climb. It's just the grind work, really. And I think that kind of ruins the the quality of the video. It's not really someone that has seemed like it takes a lot of time, but it's not like he put a lot of thought into it. Maybe like the $1 versus the $1 billion vacations or yachts or whatever, where he'll just be like, okay, we're gonna go to these and we're gonna get like Tom Brady and Miranda Cosgrove and things like that. And that reincorporates the things like him reusing stuff. Like he's not putting a whole lot of thought into it. He's just been able to grind so hard to get to each level respectively, to eventually have just this overwhelming amount of money that he can just kind of do these crazy things that people like they cannot believe, not cannot believe, but it's so unique. Like no one else has, not the skill set, not the knowledge, not the character, but just the progression that he's made throughout YouTube to reach where he has, to averaging 100 million views every video every single time. And I think it's impressive, but I cannot in a good faith call a Mr. Beast, like standard Mr. Beast videos, good. They're kind of like reality television. Reality television isn't critically acclaimed. It's something that you watch to try to just pass the time, or it's something everyone else is watching. I think that plays a part into a little bit. Not everyone, but a lot of people know about Mr. Beast, and yeah, it creates this urgency to like want to be a part of it, to be like, oh, Mr. Beast did this or whatever. And I think at times that kind of, when everyone's grouped around something, they fail to realize that it's not that good, that there are better YouTube videos or better TV or better entertainment than Mr. Beast. And I think that's obvious, but I think it's kind of crazy how he's clawed his way up this mountain to be able to just dump millions of dollars out and him just keep going. And I want to see, like, where's the peak? Where does that end? How do you... Because, I mean, Mr. Beast, the whole thing is he just has to keep going higher and higher and higher. and I don't see how that's sustainable. And you can't really go down. I feel like if he was to start like just giving strangers $15,000 again, that wouldn't hit the same as giving out $1 million to the 50 highest YouTubers. And I think that's a problem as well. That it's kind of okay, I burnt that bridge, the lower, is the Mr. Beast of 5 years ago. I can't do that anymore. I just have to keep going up and up and up and up. Whereas other YouTubers, I feel like they have some character, some, plot into it. Like, I think a good example of that is the Ted Nivison and Eddie Burback video where they go to Amazon or the Rainforest Cafe, and then they go to Margaritaville's. Like, they're essentially doing the same thing. Like, it's very similar, but each of those videos has done very well for them because it's like a sequel. It's like a movie. Whereas Mr. Beast is kind of just reality television that's done over and done over and done over and done over until the season ends. Whereas a movie, I feel like you can always make a sequel. It might not be the best, but eventually that reality show is going to get canceled. And I think at some point, Mr. Beast reality show is going to get canceled. I mean, you can't just keep going up and up and up. Like, his whole idea is just keep going bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's because it's lacking the talent and the ingenuity and even kind of the charisma that comes with being like, I don't know what tier celebrity Mr. Beast is, B tier, C tier, but like he just seems like an awkward guy, kind of. And I mean, I'm awkward, don't get me wrong, but he's the biggest YouTuber ever, and he did it being an awkward kind of, just not a whole lot of ingenuity, not a whole lot of talent, just grinding and discovering this, uncharted path of a Mr. Beast style of YouTube video, where he has even got so like outplayed. I feel like even Mr. Beast is kind of annoyed with it. You see him on podcasts like, I don't even want these things people are giving me because, it's just they didn't put a whole lot of thought into it, or product, like not a whole lot of energy into it, and they just wanted to clickbait Mr. Beast. And I think it's a little ironic because I feel like that's kind of what Mr. Beast is doing in itself with his videos. It's not, it's not pushing the boundaries. It's not a new idea. It's kind of recycled and, kind of like, those Legos that are like the 3-in-1s. That's kind of what like Mr. Beast's channel is. It's kind of just taking all the pieces that are already there, but just making something new with it. So maybe first time it's a dump truck, but then it turns into a airplane and then a school bus or something, And I think that's the gist of it. And I'm sure probably no one made it this far into the video, but I think it's something that needs to be acknowledged, or not acknowledged, but it's something I thought was kind of, I think we're getting to the point where, what does Mr. Beast do next? Like, how do you go higher than just giving a random YouTuber $1 million? Does it hit the same if you do $2 million? I don't think so. I think you just keep having to go up and up and up, and I'm not sure where that ends. But again, probably no one made it to this far into the video. But if you did, subscribe, like. If not, comment, dislike, unsubscribe, do what you want. I'm clickbaiting Mr. Beast in this video, so I'm really no better. But bye.